Hello, welcome to Bangee Media, the Heavenly News. And your anchorman here still remains the same, Bangee Lawal. Before I go into what we have to say in this episode, I want to use this moment to thank everyone that wrote comment in my last episode. Some people agree with me based on that discussion that at least we must give respect to our pastors and to our men of God, even though we do know that they are messengers. We do know that at times there's an error, there's some little shaking, but at the same time, because we do know that they are being sent by God to bless us, we have to respect them. Some people, somehow agree with me. Somebody wrote and said, thank you. May God answer your prayer. Somebody said, yes, I totally agree with what you are saying. And yet another person said, we are not even preaching God or Jesus Christ anymore. All we are preaching now is the pastors and the so-called men of God. Again, I really want to thank that person too, because it showed that people are paying attention to what I'm saying. I need to make one thing clear here, that in this platform, I've said it several occasions, I'm not preaching. We are just sharing some word of advice with each other. And if you were to look at it, what is the point of preaching God and preaching Jesus? When the messenger that God sent to even bring us the word, we are not respecting them. We don't honor them. We are not even readily available to listen to them. In fact, many people, they don't even come to church anymore because they have one issue or the other with people in the church and with men of God. And so, if God anoints somebody to preach the word to us and we are not readily available to respect the person, we are not readily available to listen to the person, what is the essence of preaching anyway? Even no matter what this man is saying, we are not even going to listen to it. That being said, again, I thank everybody, even those who are watching this program. Some, they didn't go to the YouTube to make the comment, but some wrote to me personally, appreciating the fact that I brought this into this channel. So I thank you all. And I know God will continue to honor you and God will continue to bless you. My name is Bangee Lawal. So as we go into this new topic today, I want to get you ready and get you prepared. And the question is, when you go to the house of God, that is when you go to church, what are your expectations? Are you expecting to receive? Or you are going there for social gathering? Or you are going there to gossip? Or your mission to go there is to go and see how people dress? All these questions and probably many more, we'll try to answer in this discussion, but stay tuned. I'll be back. Welcome back. What do I have to discuss or to talk about today? It is the title I call No Distraction is Allowed in the House of God. And why did I come up with this title of this discussion? At least to the glory of God, I've been born again for quite a while and I've been going to church for quite some times. And I've seen so many things, I've heard so many things. How many times after service somebody will walk up to me and say, didn't you see what that woman put on? That woman that was sharing testimony. And I will look at it and say, no. All I heard was his testimony. He said, oh my God, if you see the traces and all that, telling me all manner of things. And I will begin to think, is this person went to church to receive or to meet with a God or with his God? I doubt it. And combining all that together, I said, no, I must come on this channel to let people know that distraction is not allowed in the house of God. And what do I mean? When we get up either Sunday morning or Friday evening or Wednesday evening, whatever the day that you are going to church, you have one mission. Unless if probably the reason why you are going is because you don't want anybody to be calling you, how come you are not coming to church today? Or pastor troubling you, we didn't see you in church today. But if the reason why you are going to church is to receive from God, I think you have to prepare your heart and you have to prepare your mind when you are going to the house of God to receive from Him. Experience has shown that when we are in the house of God, devil being who he is, as the Bible says in Job chapter 1 verse 6, it said there was a time children of God or sons of God, they gathered together to meet with God. And the son of perditions, that is the devil, was among them. The same way, when we gather together in the house of God to reference our God, to bless our God, to honor our God so that we can receive blessing from Him, the devil equally is present there. And the only mission he has is to distract. So, it doesn't want you to receive. Because the day you receive from God, we call it an encounter. And no one had an encounter with God that remained the same. And so, devil would not want that to happen to you. And that encounter can happen in the house of God. And so, when you are going to church, you are there with all hope to go back home with your testimony. Something happened. That is when you see one woman walk right in front of you. And the devil say, look at her, see what she put on. One man just scoots his face, shouting on somebody. Devil turn your ear to hear and turn your eyes to see and say, look at that. And they call themselves people of God. They call themselves Christian. And this is what you are going to be thinking about all through the service of either 1 hour, 1.5 hours, 2 hours. And at the end of the day, you think you have received? I don't know. Only God can answer that question. But I do know that when you go to the house of God and you can give that time to God, when the word comes, you are likely to receive your own word. When the choir ministration is going on, you are likely to receive from there. We have had testimony of people saying when the choir ministration is going on, they begin to receive their healing. When they were praying in the church, testimony happened. When they were praising and dancing, testimony happened. We have heard so many people saying, pastor say one word. And that was the word he ran with. And then testimony happened. That is what the devil doesn't want you to hear anyway. And so he will come up with every distraction so that you don't see it. I always tell people care to listen. I say this is what the devil is doing in the house of God. Everybody that come to serve God, they come with garment of pure white that God already put on them. And so the devil will come and place a transparent glass in front of you and the person. And then he will begin to splash all manner of dirty stuff like a dot on the screen. And then you begin to judge. And the person that you are concluding about on the other side of the glass is with a pure white garment, receiving blessing, and went home that day with his own or her own blessings. And here you are. All you think all through that service is this man, he doesn't dress well. This woman didn't dress well. That one scoots her face. That one was not happy. When they were singing, that one was not singing. When pastor pray, that one didn't say amen. Maybe he was fighting pastor. These are the things that is going through all your mind, all through the service. And then you keep on going, day in, day out. It looks as if nothing is happening. I have 5 ways for you to conquer that problem because it's an evil spirit. You shouldn't allow it. The first one, pray before you leave your house. Commit that service to God. Tell God that you bound every spirit of distraction. If you pray well, and you pray with the spirit, and you mean what that prayer will be answered. Number 2, you must have a plan of what you're expecting from God. What do you want today? Every day is not the same day. Maybe last week all you are expecting is healing. Can you please get it ready and get it down? Probably if possible, write it down on paper. And so your focus is, I must receive my healing today. Your focus is on that with God. When the word comes, you will realize that your own word will come among those receive your healing today. And I can guarantee you, if you truly believe and concentrate on that, God will supply your answer through men and women of God that is going to use that day. Number 3, refuse to be distracted. Even when devil say, look at, shake that off. The Bible say anything that is true, anything that is pure, anything that's of a good virtue, and that has any good report in it, meditate on that. Why are you meditating on somebody who doesn't dress well? Why are you meditating on somebody who doesn't say amen when they pray? And if you look at it critically, what's your concern about somebody doesn't dress well? You can't control what people do. You can't determine what people wear. I cannot tell people what they are going to wear to church. But I can tell myself, Bangee, pay attention to what God has for you today. And that's what I'm going to do. And so when you are in the house of God, don't get distracted. Meditate on the things that you are hearing from the altar. And as you do that, you will realize that every form of distraction, you don't see it. Number 4, after the service, go home. Don't mingle around. Don't hang around. In the process of hanging around, somebody can get you angry. Somebody can get you mad. And if you get mad, you already derail all the blessings that you received that day. So go home, unless if you're a worker in the church, and you need to walk in the church. And that too, you have to maintain yourself. Continue to pray within you. Continue to thank God for the blessing you have received. And finally, when you get back home, thank God for the blessing you have received that day. That's a sign that you have faith in what you have received, even though it has not materialized, but you are sure that it's going to happen. And that's why you are thanking God for it. If you can do all these 5 things anytime you are going to the house of God and any other plan that you have for yourself, I think you won't miss target. You won't miss your manifestation from God. God is there, creator of heaven and earth. He created us. He created everything. And so he wants us to come to him, and he's giving us the path to follow. But you better follow the right path so that you don't go astray as you are going.
Your girl here, Adidaya Deshilu. Let me ask you a few questions. Do you have a 401k account or a retirement account? Have you been monitoring it? Do you invest in stocks? How is that doing? Does it give you concerns? Are you one of those people, maybe like me, that just chooses not to look at some of these accounts because I feel disappointed every time I take a look at them? Do you wonder how your children are going to be in college? Have you ever considered what would happen if you were out of work for an extended period of time? How would you survive? How would your loved ones survive? I mean, all these are many more questions I had to I thought about hard and for a very long time before I took action. Right now, I'm a licensed financial professional. I've been doing this for some time now. And I know a lot of people have questions and they do not know what next to do. We have that desire, but we don't know how to attain it. I'd love to talk to you. I'd like to enlighten you. I'd like to educate you. Like I said, I'm a licensed financial professional. I educate people. I coach people. And I would love to talk to you. Do not delay. Call me. My number is right there. Call me. Let's talk. And you will not regret it.
Finally, let your thinking be coherent, like a laser beam. Don't let your thinking be scattered. Let your focus be on God. As you focus your attention on him, the creator of heaven and earth, I can guarantee you, he will manifest himself to you. My prayer is that you won't miss your part, even here, now, and in heaven. This is just a little word of advice. I will see you again in the next episode. Until then, continue basking in the blessing of God. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.